Good morning, brethren. Welcome to another episode of Motivating Monday. I'm Brother Zhen Ken. Today I'm going to share my favorite hymn and the meanings behind the words of the hymn. The hymn is called "As the Deer Panteth for the Water, So My Soul Longer After Thee." This hymn basically it speaks about spiritual longing and desperation for God's presence, similar to a deer which craves for water in a need to cool down from heat or exhaustion. In this verse, we can also see that it views God as the ultimate source of satisfaction. This song is largely taken from Psalms chapter 42 verse 1. As the hart panteth after the water brooks, so panteth my soul after thee, O God. In verse 2, the second sentence, it reads, You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. This sentence describes God as our most beloved and most loved one, and to love God and to place Him as the priority in our life. Matthew 22 verse 7 also says, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy soul and all thy mind. For we know that this God is a living God and is our strength, our shield, and provides all that we need. In return, we as followers of Jesus should love Him more than anything. For all the last two sentences in all these three hymns, it says, You alone are my strength, my shield, to you alone may my spirit yield. This hymn can be found as well in Psalms 28 verse 7, which says, The Lord is my strength, my shield, my heart trusted in Him, and I am helped. This shows the love that the songwriter has for the Lord, knowing that He's not only our provider, He's our rock, our go-to when we are lost, when we have problems, when we are lost in life, and also our provider, and also strengthened us in all aspects of our life. In the second verse of this hymn, it reads, You are my friend and you're my brother, even though you're a king. In this verse, the you largely speaks about Jesus Christ, who was the Son of God, who came down from heaven to provide a model for His followers, and to serve and not to be served. He performed many humanity acts, and these are recorded in the New Testament. This can be cross-referenced to Mark chapter 10 verse 45. For even the Son of Man came not to be ministered, but to minister and to give His life a ransom for many. And also the famous examples of Jesus Christ washing His disciples' feet in John chapter 13. Indeed, although Jesus' status was noble and a high one, but yet He could humble Himself and provide Him as a role model for His followers to come. In verse 3, on the first sentence, it reads, I want you more than gold or silver. Only you can satisfy. In this sentence, the writer is saying that God's providence, shield, and blessings are much more precious than the silver or gold, which commonly are money or something that can be used as a means of transactions in today's world for goods or stuff or services. That in the past, this is further amplified in Matthew 6, verse 19 to 21. Lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thief breaks through and steal. But lay upon for yourself treasures in heaven, where neither moth or rust doth corrupt, where thieves do not break through nor steal. For we know that the love of money is a root of all kinds of evil, which we can cross-reference to 1 Timothy 6 verse 10. Excessive desire for wealth can lead to sacrificing God, such as worship, fellowship, in order to earn more wealth, or gold or silver. In the second sentence of verse 3, it reads, "You alone are the real joy giver and the apple of my eye." This sentence speaks that, or tells us that nothing in this world is able to give you the real joy that God can give, not even money. This joy that God gives can only be found when one is faithful towards Him and obedient towards His teaching and words. This can be found in Psalms chapter 37. "Delight thyself also in thy Lord, and He shall give thee the desire of the heart." On the other hand, it also teaches us to be empathized for others and compassionate, which these values are vital to us as Christians. And this can be seen in Romans chapter 12, verse 15. "Rejoice with those who rejoice, and weep with those who weep." Brethren, we have come to the end of Motivating Monday. Next time, when this hymn, "As the deer panteth for the water, so my soul longer after thee," is played or sung in church or some other places, remember to pay attention to the meaning behind these words. Have a good week ahead. Goodbye. Holy Lord, in thee